have two options. They can be functionalists, like Andy Clark is in his new book, in which he says it's the roles played by these various elements, the various interactions of internal and external vehicles, and not the specific way in which the elements are realized that does the explanatory work. So, for instance, if we're saying it's a problem that, like, look, you can look at a map and get your directions from there, or you can be told by a friend and get your directions from there. Those are two different sorts of external vehicles. You can say, no, that's not a problem, and we want to, like, subsume them under one explanation of mind. You can say that's not a problem because they play the same functional role. It's that thing that is the explanatory thing we need to focus on. Another view would just be the simple materialist view, that these hybrid minds can only be maintained with specific internal and external vehicles. And if we want to take that route and come up with some sort of universal theory for how all this stuff works, we're going to have to say what is the common thread in all these internal and external manipulations. What is common about all these external things that give rise to one universal theory of mind? Same with the functionalist account. There has to be some sort of connected account, or at least like a group that we can describe as a mode. And I also put up internalism here, which I'm sort of assuming that externalism is true in this talk and in my paper, but internalism is a more classically held view that the environment is encoded in the brain, and only once it is encoded can its content be manipulated to produce computational, representational, and other cognitive processes. And we see this like sort of in a computer model in which stuff comes in as input, does some work into the brain, and it comes out as output. So that's the internalist perspective, which hopefully some of this stuff will disprove. Alright, so there's basically three main sort of groups of external vehicles that I've chosen to focus on. The first of these is embodied and embedded cognition. Examples, here we have goggle experiments. Susan Hurley did a lot of work explaining how wearing different sorts of goggles, like goggles that are mirror inverted, where you start to see what's on the left as on the right, and vice versa. How these experiments, and also experiments with blue-yellow tinted lenses, how these experiments should they give us a sense that it's the embodiment of the person who's cognizing and not just the internal perspective that explains cognition. For instance, in the mirror reversing experiments, people would like if there's a chair on your left or on your right, as this chair is for me, they would see that chair on the left, but they would also have a sense of it on their right and see like if they like touched it, reached out for it, in their embodied, embedded state in the world, they would see that chair also on their right, which is weird and hard to explain in an internalist perspective. Also with these yellow-blue goggle things, they ended up seeing after a while, but in these experiments, half the lens of the left goggle, the left side is yellow, and the lens of the right goggle, on the left side is yellow and blue. And people in these experiments would start to see the world as in normal color terms. But like they're moving their eyes through the world and they're shifting constantly. They should be shifting and getting inputs if we're taking an internalist perspective in like different sorts of yellow and blue weird combinations. And they would do it like even if they're looking across a white wall, scrolling their eyes like that, it would seem like the wall was white. And so here it doesn't seem like it's just inputs coming in. It's some sort of like the mind is somehow